I was at home for New Year's. I was out getting a bite to eat. But then I said, no, I'm going to go home. It was kind of cold and I went home. I thought I was going to watch the fireworks, but I said, no, I'm going home. I went home and I'm glad I did. I'm not in New Orleans, but I'm in Texas and they're neighbors of us. And I am deeply saddened. I could feel the atmosphere, a deep sadness. People are grieving, and it is deeply unfortunate that the events that took place on New Year's and the evil deeds of one person took the lives of at least 15 people, and many others are injured. So I just want to say to everyone who is affected by this massacre that I'm praying for everyone, and please keep the faith. If you are a believer in the Most High God, when things like this happen, a lot of people lose faith, or those who do not worship the Most High God, they use incidents such as this to basically validate their reason why God does not exist. But I ask you to not allow yourself to be distracted or deceived by these evil deeds that are happening right here in the United States of America, because Satan is real, and Satan is out to do exactly as he said he would do: steal, kill, and destroy. Satan wants you to not have any faith in the Most High God. He wants you to think that God doesn't exist, or he wants you to turn your back against God and hate the Lord because of evil acts. But you have to think about what is provoking a person to do these evil deeds. Well, the answer is Satan and his demons. Spiritual warfare is very real, everybody, and you see it unfolding. We are officially in the year of 2025. And as you already have seen, on January 1st, 2025, people's lives have been turned upside down or completely eliminated. There are a lot of people who are suffering, who are grieving, who are in a lot of pain because they have lost loved ones and friends. And even the survivors who have been injured, their injuries can actually change their life forever. Then there's other stories that are going on. There was the Tesla truck that was parked in front of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, and it exploded, and they said there was casualties there. I know it was at least one man who was standing there. It looks like he was waiting, maybe for a cab. He was right there, and I know he was probably a casualty. But there's just a lot going on. And then there was in Queens, New York, people were outside at a nightclub, and they said 10 people were just shot by just multiple gunmen that just came up and just started shooting people. There were no casualties at the nightclub in New York, but just walking up to people, standing in line to go into a nightclub to celebrate New Year's, and they just get shot randomly. And then there's another story where it was a man, he was at the subway. You know, they said I think they said he had some grocery bags in hand. He was standing very close to the subway, waiting on the subway, at the subway station. And all of a sudden, this man just comes up from behind him and just pushes him into the railway. And an ongoing subway comes and hits the man. They said that the man survived, which is really a miracle. They said he went headlong when he was pushed into the subway railing, and oncoming subway coming, the subway stopped. He did get hit, but they said the man survived. He's injured, but he survived. But all of these incidents were happening on New Year's Day. And then there's other incidents as well. But what makes all of this happen on New Year's Day? Is it a coincidence? I don't think it is. Many of these people plan these things. It takes time to plan out these things. And they know that large amounts of people crowd together and come together to bring in the new year. And they use that as the perfect setting for them to activate their terror. And this is just the beginning. It's starting the terror. It's starting the terror. We were already anticipating drama that would unfold in 2025. And here it is on the first day of January of 2025. Today at this recording, it's Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. And I've just been watching the news and, getting in touch with family and friends, checking on everybody. Because even if you are not there, if you were not victimized, if you don't know these people personally, if you have any type of heart, if you have any type of empathy and love, then you are still affected by these tragic incidents, which completely should have never happened. It's not like it was a natural disaster. These evil people intentionally went out to harm and take the lives of human beings who were just minding their business. And, they said that, I don't know his name. They said his religion is Muslim. The man that took his truck and literally drove over human beings, and then opened gunfire on human beings when he realized that the policemen were on his behind, got out the vehicle shooting at the policemen and at people, taking more lives. They said 2 policemen were injured by the gunfire, but they will be fine. But they took his life, the perpetrator, right on the spot. But you can read the news stories, listen to the news stories, and they say he's from Beaumont, Texas. They said he's American citizen, but he appears to be very highly influenced by terrorist views and terrorist attacks, and he actually implemented them, unfortunately. And he utilized his experience of being in the military, the U.S. military, but they said he wasn't a soldier. They said that he was into IT, So he's very, technology savvy. And he just also used whatever military information he learned, or what he learned from just war and crime, and he implemented it on innocent civilians. They said his first intention was to unalive his own family, but he changed his mind because it would affect his religious beliefs. He said he was Muslim. So they said these videos are on, I believe, Facebook. He recorded himself prior to going to New Orleans, Louisiana, and unaliving innocent people. So because a person is angry, because a person doesn't get things to go their way, they take it out viciously on other people. And they do it on huge celebrations and events such as New Year's, because they know that it will cause pain and calamity and death and terror. You see, these people, they made the choice to do evil. And their intention is to cause you terror. They want you to be afraid. They want you to feel pain and to be hurt. They don't care about human life. They don't care about their own life. These people are wicked. They're cursed. They belong to Satan. Satan is very busy during tumultuous times. The political climate, as we know, Donald Trump, the inauguration will happen on January 20th, 2025. There's always a setup. There's always a strategy to distract people, to cause division between people, and to incite fear in people. You see, Satan, he feeds off of fear. And that's why the Most High God said in the biblical scriptures, he did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Anything opposite of that belongs to the devil. You see, people make decisions every day, and they can choose to act on their decisions or not. So as we seeing these horrible massacres, well, yes, the people made these choices. They are 100% responsible for the lives of these people that they've taken, and even their own life. Because you would have to be insane to think that you can go out and just destroy people and property and just think that you can get away with it. Yes, some people do get away with crime, but only temporarily, because you reap what you sow. If you reap what you sow, that means that you have to either do something good or something bad to reap either the benefits are the repercussions. Your choice. But you have to remember that we are not just physical beings. We're multifaceted. We're mind, body, soul, and spirit. We are living in this physical realm, but we are also surrounded by spiritual happenings, spiritual beings, and you also are a spiritual being if you tap into it. Many people are not tapped into their spirituality. They don't have faith in the Most High God. They don't worship the Lord. There are some people who don't even believe that Satan exists. They are completely uncovered, and they are being attacked in the spirit, which manifests in the physical. So if you don't have what the Lord said, he said he didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. That means that you have control over your mind. You have power, you have authority, you have strength, and you have love. And if you do not have these resources, then you are completely blind to what is going on around you. We are always to pray without ceasing. We are always to be on the alert. That's why the Lord God says, be sober. During New Year's, during these events, Thanksgiving Day, I was just at my family's house enjoying myself, and somebody side-swapped my car and knocked off the rearview mirror on the driver's side, the side mirror. Somebody, a drunk driver, I'm sure. The Lord is good. I was not near my car. Thank God. People use the holidays to lose their mind, to lose control, and to hurt other people. Like when you're on the road, or when you're out in a public setting and there's other people around, don't you know that a person can be a weapon to other people? They can be high. They can be drunk. Many of these people are possessed with evil spirits, and they will attack other human beings. And they love to be in environments where it's hard to know what exactly happened because there's so many people around. It's dark. Like these events that happened in New Orleans, it said it happened around 3:15 a.m. It was only 3 hours into the new year of 2025 when this evil man plowed down all of these people. And it's dark. Nobody's expecting this to happen. And there's nowhere you can run. There's nowhere you can hide. You're talking about on Bourbon Street, thousands of people are out celebrating New Year's, and it's crowded. You can't really run. If you're trying to run, there's people around you everywhere. And you can just imagine people running, trying to protect and save themselves, and they're falling and trampling over each other. A lot of injuries, and a lot of people who are devastated. They said that it was such a horrible sight that it's just something you can't erase from your mind. I mean, there may be people who literally have to go through therapy after witnessing that terrorist attack, because that's exactly what it was. just bodies, mangled bodies everywhere. I was watching a witness who was saying the speed of the truck was going so fast, the force of him hitting people were flying distances like 30 feet into the air, trampled under the vehicle, and he was driving over them. They said it was extremely intentional for him to act out this heinous act of killing innocent people on Bourbon Street. And then he crashed. It looked like one of those, I don't know what they call them, but they usually use these machines where they allow you to be able to lift up like billboards. That's what it looked like he crashed into. And so when he saw the police on him, then he came out and opened fire on the police and other people. Just reckless. And they were saying that, well, we don't know what the intention of him doing this was. Well, they found out he was suffering financially, allegedly, and having problems like relationship problems with women. I think they said he went through a divorce or multiple divorces and had child support, just whatever. And he wanted to take out his family, but said, oh, it would be against his religious beliefs, and his religion is Muslim. So he decided instead to just rent a truck and drive from Texas to Louisiana and go to New Orleans on New Year's Day and just unalive people. Now they're saying they learned from this incident. They were talking about barricades not being there. And they mentioned that the barricades were being constructed to get ready for the Super Bowl. And I understand the rapper performer Kendrick Lamar will be performing at the Super Bowl. So they said the barricades would be ready by the time the Super Bowl events happen. But they said they learned a big lesson that even with the police cars, like they have those SUV police cars, they said those are not even enough to block off roads. So they're going to make more efforts to make sure that they have barricades and more security because of what happened in New Orleans. And I'm telling you, these PPU laws, they need to be really changed to where we're safe or safer in society, because it's really, to me, not enough focus on the people who are able to just go and, purchase firearms, and they're not being investigated and researched. There's not background checks. There's not mental health checks. I think all of that needs to be gone into place before these people can have access to firearms. But this is something that the government has to agree upon and enforce and legalize, because it needs to be done. All of this stuff that's happening, that's unfolding, this is only the beginning. It's starting the terror. Many people are angry, and they are taking vengeance out on people because the humanity is gone. People's hearts are cold. People are desperate. People have a love and a greed for money. They're putting money over everything. A lot of people's motivation to do harm and evil is because of money. A lot of people voted for Donald Trump because of their money. You see, the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. A lot of people say, oh, the economy is suffering. Oh, I'm not able to go and get groceries like I used to, and this inflation, and oh, I'm not earning enough money on the job. And many people voted for Donald Trump because they said Donald Trump will allow them to get money. But Donald Trump has legalized tariffs. Donald Trump hasn't given us any details about how your income is going to increase. There's so many people who rely on a man to make their life better. And that's a big issue with people. There's people who think Donald Trump is their savior. Donald Trump has no control over how much money you make. You have to go and find work. If you have to work 2 or 3 jobs, you do what you have to do to take care of yourself, or you take care of yourself and your family. That's not Donald Trump's responsibility. But yet people, because of their desperation and their greed and their selfishness, they take the lives of other people, like that man did in New Orleans, Louisiana, on New Year's Day. And whatever motivation that you have, it can never validate the evil of unaliving people who did absolutely nothing to you. And even if someone did something to you, the only way that you should react is by self-defense. If someone is attacking you and you have not done any harm to this person, you are well within your means to practice self-defense. But all of these incidents, these people didn't have a chance to protect themselves. They were innocently out celebrating bringing in the new year. And someone who was weak-minded, selfish, full of greed, full of hate, took it upon themselves to destroy and take away these people from this earth. And they absolutely had no right to do it. It's starting, the terror. It's only the beginning. And I urge you to be sober. Keep your focus on the Most High God. Don't allow Satan to deceive you to think that God is behind all of this, because God did give us free will. And you ought to use your free will to your advantage. That means that you need to realize that you are more than a physical being. You are also a spiritual being. And you can use your spiritual power. And the Lord will guide you and protect you. Be safe. If you have to stay home, you don't have to go out in front of these crowds and whatnot, because there's so much evil going on. People are using these events where thousands of people are gathered together to terrorize them. Stay home with your family and your friends and enjoy yourself in the home. That's why you have a home. That's why, if you have a house, if you have a backyard, if you even have a condo or an apartment, you have a balcony, a porch, whatever you have, enjoy your space. Stop thinking you have to be around all these different strangers. You don't know who's around you. And you don't know what's going to happen. So that's why you have to stay vigilant. You have to be mindful. You have to stay prayed up. You need to be sober. You need to be thankful. And you need to keep your head on a swivel. Because these people are out here to attack. Because these people are soulless. But not you. Peace and blessings. I am Giselle Wallace. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and be encouraged. I know this is just starting the terror, but just understand that God is in control and He loves you. But you must obey the Lord, and you must love the Lord and do your part.